sprinkles, Santa Claus's special elf. Because everything is special with sprinkles. Santa Claus knows you're special too, and he has something to say to you. So listen close as Santa Claus shares holiday cheer with you. You can leave a special message for Santa Claus and get on the nice list at www.santaclaussays.net. Now here is the big man himself, Santa Claus!
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas to all the boys and the girls of the world, and thank you for joining SantaClausSays.net for live Breakfast with Santa Claus here on this Saturday morning, December the 16th, 2023 at 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. And if you're joining me live today, thank you for joining me and welcome and Merry Christmas. I hope that you'll have your breakfast with me. Today I'm having Christmas cookies, some Christmas cookies, and I'm having my cocoa in my Santa Claus mug. And I hope that's what you will leave me on Christmas Eve. Cocoa and cookies. That's some of my favorites. Well, we're so glad you joined us here on SantaClausSays.net live for Breakfast with Santa. We love to tell some stories, tell you a little bit of what Santa Claus does here at the North Pole, and have a joke or two, and to have a time to read a letter to Santa. We did want you to know we're just a week or so away from Christmas as we speak here right now, that we do have opportunities for you to connect up with Santa Claus, because I listen and I love you. You can come to me at SantaClausSays.net, and you can leave me a voicemail, you can leave me a text message, or you can leave me a email. And I'm going to show you specifically how to do that here in just a minute. We did want you to know that we love you and we're here for you. And we also will be here next Saturday, December 23rd, for Breakfast with Santa that day. That's the day before Christmas Eve. And I wanted to share with you what we are doing that day. We'll also have a very special reading on Christmas Eve itself. And on that day, on Christmas Eve, we're going to be reading this book, The Night Before Christmas. We'll be reading this book on Christmas Eve. So we got lots of fun things to look forward to here at SantaClausSays.net and here on our live show. Well, there is our glockenspiel. That's our note from our buddy Sprinkles that says, it's joke time. Santa Claus loves jokes. Here's a few jokes for you on this Christmas time about Santa Claus I think you'll find fun. Where does Santa stay on vacation? At the hotel. Who says, Santa Claus walking backwards. What do you call Santa when he's on a break? A Santa pause. Which of Santa's reindeers has the best moves? Dancer, of course. Where does Santa Claus store his suit? In the closet. And one more. Which of Santa's reindeer had bad manners? Rudolph. That is so funny, and we like to do that. Here on Santa Claus Says Live, you can always connect with me live there in the YouTube post. You can always go to youtube.com at Santa Claus Says, and you can get me on YouTube as well. I did want to show you specifically how you can be in contact with me if you would like to. You just go to, this is my SantaClausSays.net website, and you can see here, those of you who are watching on YouTube, some of you will listen by way of podcast. I'll tell you about it a little bit. It's a website, and there's a button here that says to receive a present from Santa, and that's the button that you click. That's right, and you click this button that I just highlighted here to receive a present from Santa. That's by email, okay? And so you can send me an email, and that's what you do. We click that button, and there's a form there that you send it in, and Santa can get your email, and I'll send you a present. Then also there's another button here that says click for a text or a voice message from Santa Claus. And that's easy enough. You click there, and then you get this place where you can, says to leave a message, leave a text message, or you can leave a voice message. And I hear those and I return those. And that's what I want you to know. That's how that works. If you go to SantaClausSays.net, there's also places there on the website if you want to learn more about getting a personalized video from Santa Claus or a personalized video chat from Santa Claus. That's what we are doing here today here at SantaClausSays.net. And we're here to serve you and to listen to you. So that's what we do. That's what we do. There's Sprinkles telling me that it's a story time. And today we're telling stories every day during the Christmas season. And every day during the Christmas season, every regular show we have, on our regular show, we'll have our regular shows that we have every day. They're between Thanksgiving and Christmas here on 2023. We're telling this story, The Life and the Adventures of Santa Claus by L. Frank Baum. We read that story every day. And we're going to finish that story on Christmas Eve. So you want to be stuck around every day. If you missed the back episodes, you can go back and listen to those. But we'll finish that story at Christmas time. For today on our live show, I just want to share with you a couple of other stories that I thought were fun to share about Santa Claus and about Christmas. They come from this book, which is called The Magic of Christmas, and from the Chicken Soup for the Soul people. And I wanted to share a couple stories with you here today that I thought were fun. This one's called Santa's Helper. It was Christmas Eve, and my husband Harold and I were watching TV before we started hauling presents down from the attic. We were about to start when we heard our youngest 7-year-old Spencer come down the steps. It was almost midnight, and I was hoping to get the presents under the tree so I could get some sleep before all the kids woke up at the crack of dawn to open presents. Rubbing his eyes, Spencer said he was thirsty and needed some water. We sat on the couch together while he took a few sips. He looked at the plate of cookies on the coffee table. Why does Santa eat cookies on everybody's house? Doesn't he get full? He asked with a tired voice. I told him Santa only takes a nibble to keep his energy going so he can deliver gifts and share some with his reindeer as well. He started to ask his habitual, why? But there was a moment of silence, and he rephrased the question. How does Santa carry all those gifts himself? Doesn't he get tired? I took the opportunity of our quiet time to tell him how Santa delivers gifts all over the world in one night. Well, you see, Santa sometimes has special people helping him out along the way. And I paused was about to continue when I heard Spencer gently snore. He was asleep. Harold carried Spencer upstairs to bed while I went to the attic to bring down some gifts as Santa's helper. And that would be from us. We always wrapped our gifts with gold wrapping paper, and the gifts that Santa brought were always wrapped with brightly colored wrapping paper. And I was arranging the gifts under the tree when Harold told me he'd bring down the last of the gifts. And sitting back on the couch, I thought about the joy of the next morning and how excited the kids would be. I was deep in thought when I heard a big bang. Then another big bang come from the attic. I knew Harold must have knocked something over in the process of gathering the presents. And coming down the steps, Harold sheepishly whispered, Sorry. As anticipated, the kids eagerly ran down the steps early Christmas morning. They always opened the gifts from Santa first. We loved sitting back and watching their joy. Our youngest daughter, Kimberly, gave a delighted yelp when she opened a much desired gift. She looked upward and said, Thank you, Santa. All of our children chimed in after her, thanking Santa for the gifts. We continued our Christmas morning tradition with a big breakfast, and the kids enjoyed their presents. It wasn't until the late afternoon that Spencer came up to me and announced, I know who Santa chose to be his special helper. And he looked up at me with his large brown eyes, full of wonder, and cried out with excitement, with an excited voice, Dad, I wanted to ask him how he knew, but I didn't have to. I heard Santa and his reindeer on the roof last night," he said excitedly. "They woke me up." He told me how he saw his dad pass the bedroom door helping Santa carry gifts. Then I realized that Harold's mishap in the attic was an unexpected blessing. It woke Spencer up so he could witness his dad helping Santa deliver their gifts. A wonderful illustration of how Santa gets a little help wherever he goes. What a wonderful story about how Santa has all kinds of helpers. And for all you boys and girls, you are helping me, I know, by being good girls and boys. But also I want you to know that there's people in your life. Sometimes it's your parents, and sometimes it's your grandparents or other relatives or other friends or neighbors who love you and are helpful to you. And they are all Santa's helpers. And I want you to be my helper too and be a good boy and girl and be helpful to your moms and dads and your grandparents and your teachers and everybody this Christmas time. And make sure you are on the nice list, not on the naughty list. And we love to hear from you as well. There's our glockenspiel, boys and girls, which means it's time for our letter to Santa. And I want to share this one here with you today. A wonderful letter that we have. And just a reminder, as I share this letter, you can send me a letter or a message at SantaClausSays.net. And you go there and you can leave me a voicemail. You can leave me a text message, which I get on my purple cell phone, or you can leave me an email, and I will get those and return the message to you. Also, you can look for a place to have a video from Santa and also a video chat with Santa, a Zoom call with Santa. You can do all of those things. We look forward to hearing from you. Here is now our letter to Santa for today. Dear Santa and helpers. Remember we talked about the helpers? This boy, Craig, this is from Craig. Dear Santa and helpers, I've been very good this year. I'm expecting a little sister. I didn't want her. Mommy says it will be fun. I heard girls stink. I will trade you my sister when she comes from the stork for an elf. I want a race car and a garage set for Christmas. There will be sugar cookies and burritos waiting for you. Thank you, Santa. Love, Craig. Well, Craig, what a wonderful letter. And the best gift that you can have, actually, you may think girls stink, but your sister, your new baby sister, will be a wonderful Christmas gift for you. And we'll see about the other gifts that we can do. Santa loves to give out surprises. But I really, really, really appreciate you having cookies and like I'm having today, and cookies and my cocoa for breakfast with Santa. And I also appreciate you having burritos for me. That's a nice surprise for Santa Claus. I love that. Well, I love to see you. I want to look forward to seeing all you good boys and girls on Christmas Eve. And Santa Claus loves you and listens to you. Remember, you can always send me a message. So that's what we've got for you here today, boys and girls. There's our glockenspiel. Our chime and sprinkles is telling us it's about time for us to say goodbye for this episode of Breakfast with Santa Claus. I hope you enjoyed your breakfast. I hope you're having something good, some hot cocoa or some other breakfast, some pancakes maybe for breakfast, and enjoying some time with your family. We're just a week away now, a little more than a week away from Christmas. It's the most special time of year. So I want to encourage you to always, Santa Claus says, to be good for goodness sakes. And we'd love to hear from you. Join us every day now through Christmas. We have SantaClausSays.net on Facebook, on YouTube, and on the podcast at SantaClausSays.net. You can listen or see Santa Claus every day. And then on December the 23rd, Saturday, December 23rd, we have a very special Breakfast with Santa. That's where we're going to read the night before, where we're going to read some special stories about that. And then on December 24th, we're going to read the night before Christmas. So you want to have all these things in mind as you celebrate Christmas every day during Christmas time of 2023. Remember, Santa Claus loves you, and Santa Claus is listening to you. And Santa Claus says to continue every day to be good for goodness sakes. Until next time, kids, Merry Christmas. Goodbye. Goodbye.
You're special to Santa Claus, just like Sprinkles. Get on Santa's nice list at SantaClausSays.net and watch Santa Claus Says on YouTube. Tell him Sprinkles sent you.